Just rounded these up off of farms here and there.
Yeah, instead of seeing them crushed, you know, so I just kind of been pulling stuff out.
All right, so this is the auction walk around preview. Sale is August 3rd.
Yes.
All right.
Hildreth, Nebraska.
Hildreth, Nebraska. This is Heath's collection, and the trucks are going.
I got piles of frames and stuff, just different miscellaneous cars, car parts. Got buildings in town. I'm going to start bringing out some parts.
All right. Most of what's out here is going, and there's a few that are other people's that are stored here. So we'll look around and get the count. This Dodge is a 1-ton?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, 62? Yeah, I think it's a 62. Got a title for it and everything.
Yeah.
Looks like it was an old state truck, the way it was like that yellow underneath.
Oh, yeah, somebody repainted it. Red. Pull down door handles and single pane door glass. What year does that make it? 51?
Oh, you're talking, is she 48?
Yeah, 48.
Yeah, with no vent windows?
No vents.
Yeah, I think that's a 48.
Okay. And that's a 1-ton, or is that a big? That's a
I
big
think
truck.
that's,
Yeah, it's a 1.5 tons. You can
10.5.
tell by the hood corners. Okay.
Yeah, a few old farm trucks, yard art. Old International there. For some reason I got into vintage camping stuff, so I started collecting school buses and old trailers. And
Just rounded these up off of farms here and there.
yeah, instead of seeing them crushed, you know, it's like, you know, the guy that's hauling them, I said, just drop them off at my place, I'll save them.
Yep. The old Ford Fairmont, the lone Malay Sarah.
Got 4-speed in it.
Okay.
Do a 289, 302.
Wow.
I think that's what's in there, actually, 302. But then it's got usually the good rear ends. I don't know if it's 8.8 or 9-inch, but
Yeah.
yeah, 4-speed. So,
All
yeah,
right.
those.
Not around every corner.
Yeah, you think that's the only reason I bought that car is for the rear end and the 4-speed.
Yeah.
A lot of 55, 56 stuff that's just been left over from projects. Just time to clean it up. You know, everything's got a good trunk, good quarters. You, not everything, but you know, that's why you keep some of this stuff.
The little forest moss in there. It's kind of neat.
Must be north, right?
Must be up north.
I just got in town. I've got a bunch of frames too, just from 28 to 48. Just a lot of old hot rod stuff. When rat rods were popular, I was collecting a lot of this stuff off of farm sites and kind of just hanging on to it for some reason.
Yeah. Got the Mopar corner.
Pretty much, yeah. An old Suburban 9-passenger wagon. I think that's a 61 Dart.
Yeah.
62 Phoenix. That 59 I bought just because I want the tube grill for my 59 wagon.
Oh yeah.
Parts are parts.
Yep.
And that's a frame, good frame under a wagon.
That was common back in the day before forklifts. They cable them up.
Shove them down the ravine.
Yeah. I guess it's better than being filled with dirt in a riverbank.
Yep. A lot of stuff along there, along the Republican River. Just like 41, 46 Fords.
Yep.
A lot of stuff to pull out of the weeds. The weeds are horrible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can take a car like this that looks like it's boned down and still pick it all the way to the carcass. These guys that have classic salvages, they'll just let them lay out there and pick on them.
You got a good convertible body, good coupe body. Just hang on to the parts, the front clips.
Yep. '66 Landau. not a real common car.
428. That's the reason for that purchase.
Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a 66 Landau with the 428.
Oh, that's 65?
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it is a 5.
I've got a really nice 66 Fairlane 500, and I want to make it an R code. And
yeah.
get the correct dates, or at least close enough to it. This is an old wrecker assembly. I've got a 39 cab over I want to throw on it.
Okay.
And just make it look old school. It's already old school, but
yeah.
it's an old state tractor. And you kind of see the sand dumps in front of the wheels, which are pretty cool.
Sure enough.
I mean, to me, this is just a piece of history that needs preserved.
It's got the little nozzle on the bottom. That's cool.
I think it's a 52 Ford. I'm going to try to get my 39 cab on it.
Alright. Wow.
Hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams, we all got them.
That's alright.
So this was an old hog farm?
Yeah, it's like for 62 years is a hog farm, and there's a ton of hog sheds. And I had an auction back in 2016, but you know, a lot of them were full of wheels and fenders and hoods at the time, and they've all been cleaned out.
Yeah.
They just store fencing and pallets.
Yeah.
The wind seems to rip through 2 or 3 times a year, if not more, and
yeah,
it's just hard to keep up with stuff. There's that old 1888. See, they're 1886 to 1888. That's when they had that Rock Island Moline spur down by Phillipsburg. I think they closed it off in 1888.
Yeah, I was just reading about all that. In the 1880s, there was quite a bubble in railroad investment. It was kind of like the dot-com era in the late 90s, where people would make a website and sell it for $50,000, and all these places were just buying them up. It was kind of that way with the railroads. They'd incorporate and sell stock certificates for a little line somewhere, and then the panic of 1893 was when it all ended. They realized there didn't necessarily need to be a railroad running everywhere. So yeah, 1888 was probably the height and the heyday of that era.
Yeah, when I found this was under. The guy had this as a chicken shack, and he had a roof under this part of it, and then the other part was exposed, so that of course got rotten.
Yeah.
This used to, you could see that it used to say Rock Island Moline, but it's sat for 20 years. I've had it here since December is all. Dream for a commercial development.
Yeah.
If you can envision this being 2 24-foot hallways. Then bar stools and a bar top around it. Inside.
Oh, sure. Yeah, repurpose.
Yep, reuse, repurpose, recycle.
You imagine that thing rolling down a rail line.
Yeah, in the old westerns, those old, that's what they had, was this 48-foot rail car. It seems not in every western.
Yeah, we were watching the Back to the Future Wild West, and that's what this sure reminds you of. The little copper panels up in the top.
Yeah, it has the old transom windows on the inside too.
Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah.
We had to cut it in half and frame it up just to kind of haul it on the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Both halves.
Yeah, you gotta stabilize it or get it home and have splinters and boards. Wow. This Thunderbird going?
I think that's a 62. I'll probably have to keep it just.
Yeah.
It's holding my train down.
Oh yeah, it's an anchor point.
There's a 390, and it's got the Thunderbird valve covers. It's got a power seat.
Yeah.
Everything's got power windows. To me, there's a lot of good parts on that thing.
Yeah.
I just hate to just give it away for iron.
Yeah. This was that 70 Pontiac.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. That thing's pretty rough, but it's got 400 and it's got the turbo transmission. Somebody will want that. It's building a 70 something.
Yeah, all those engines specific to each model year. You ever had the hood open on it?
I have not.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is about those latches.
These little vents are kind of cool though.
Yeah, that was
purpose and throw in a dash on a Model A or something.
Back in the late 60s there, they had those neoclassics like the Stutz Bearcat and the Duesenberg 2s. And that was one of the styling era cues that made it onto a full-size production car for the 70 Pontiac. They did it one year, and I don't think anyone else, Mercury or Chrysler or anybody, really put that in full production line cars. Other than that, it was just on the different specialty ones like the Duesenberg 2s.
Yeah. I got an old Ford truck. I mean, got that just because it's got a Mercury 100 horse flathead in it.
Oh.
There's a 5-window cab. There's a 62 Sunliner back there. I've got a lot of 62 Galaxy parts. For some reason, I collected convertibles and hard tops, box tops.
Yep.
I got all the bucket seats, consoles, factory air stuff, power windows, power brakes, all that stuff. If you want to build 1 or 2 cars, seems like you need 4 unless you got one that's already complete.
That's very true. And even just to have a parts car for reference to show how things go back together. One that's complete, that's not been torn down.
Yeah, weeds are horrible.
Yeah.
The weed hasn't been here.
About the only place they don't grow is where the water flows too fast for a seed to grab.
Yeah, and I had this ground sterilized the last 3 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. That last video I dropped about the lot there, you see, clear out the Johnson grass with the Roundup and clear out the elm trees with the brush killer, and all it does is just makes room for a third species of something else to come take root, get a foothold.
Plan is clean all this up and put buffalo grass down.
Oh yeah.
That'll be easy to mow, maintain.
Yeah.
Get everything along the perimeter walls and just be able to.
I like that Bermuda. It just gets so thick that it makes a mat that nothing else really grows, and about 6-8 inches tall, it just kind of lays over, and then you don't get waist high stuff where you can't find your cars anymore.
That's a good idea. Something easier to mow and maintain. I've always wanted to do a demolition derby. I saved that 4-door just for that purpose, because I want to pull all the trim off and I want to make it look just like it looks now, but better. I want to enter that in a demo derby and just be the target for everybody.
There was a 59 they sold at one of the other auctions last fall. I saved a 63 or 4 Chrysler 300 derby car and then a 59 Brookwood wagon. Just wish I'd probably saved a couple others. It would have been neat to plow a little arena out there and just have them sit to be attention getters. Tell the story.
Yeah, I've had like 1.5 days to get stuff out because it's been raining and just so muddy. So I just kind of been pulling stuff out. That's a factory air car. It's a
59 Custom Royal.
Some guy was going to buy that and make a couch. I said, no, you're not. I'm going to buy it and keep it.
Now it'll be resold again.
Yeah, the air parts are. I've had a couple 57 and 8 Sierra wagons, and those are neat wagons.
Yeah, it surprises me what convertibles are 80 to 100,000, and if you got to kill a $1,500 4-door to build one, then that's the game. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff not repro'd there. Someone will
Yeah, it had a really nice set of
Definitely
Lancer hubcaps. That's the other reason I bought it.
Yeah.
That's just a 52 Dodge. I've got a convertible.
Oh, DeSoto? Yeah.
I've got a 52 convertible I got to get out. I'm going to sit next to it because, you know, the convertible, you know, you can use all that.
Yeah.
Just put the convertible body on that. It's something I'm never going to build, but if somebody has the motivation and desire, they can sure come get them.
Yeah. Yeah, just shame it's 250 miles away, or we'd be dragging a lot of double car loads out, I'm sure.
Plymouth's kind of cute. It's a little 3-window type of deal.
It's 51 or 52.
47 or?
Yeah, that front end's got to be 51 or 52.
That window, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. It came from an old farm here in Hildreth, and you know, it's just something gets tired and sit back in the corner, and
Yeah.
that 53's got a nice flathead in it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with this 49, 50, I guess 50.
50, yeah.
Sometimes you buy the car for the engines.
Yep. That's pretty decent. This was an ambulance?
Yeah, it's a bread truck turned into an ambulance. That's a 63 Ford.
Wow.
Or no, yeah, 63 Ford.
Hmm.
And I don't think they changed that body style much from, because it's like 52 and 3. I think most of the front clips are about the same.
Yeah. That's a neat one. 57 Mercury?
58.
58.
But, you know, again, that had a good. The hood sold at my last auction in 2016. That got away, but you know, still got a good rear end. I don't, you know, I can't crush a 2-door.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. Somebody else will want it more in the junkyard needs it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's got to be good parts on that for something.
Yep.
We got a couple rancheros. You know, the rear ends. People love those 9-inch rear ends and those rancheros.
Yeah.
57 4-door. That's a 59. Somebody subbed that on like just a newer, like a Crown
70s,
Royal or something. Yeah, or not
70s
Crown Royal,
era.
I'm thinking, yeah. I don't know what that frame is. What do they call them? Fords.
Crown Victoria.
Victoria, there you go. Yeah.
74 by the spring.
Oh, really?
Spring tag, yeah, D4A.
Yeah, maybe it's something off of something else, but seemed to match up right. I got the front clip and the doors and the rear doors. I'll bring them out the day of sale,
Yeah.
so they don't scoot out of here.
Oh, they did the whole frame, didn't they? 4 coils if a guy wanted to do air ride.
Guy I know has a trailer that matches that. It's been cut off.
Yep. Falcon Futura convertible.
I got a title on that. That's just kind of the way I found it.
Yeah. 65.
I don't know if that's a 3, 4.
Oh, look at the grill. 65 by the grill. Yep.
I don't know my smaller cars. I know the Mustangs, I guess. But
Yeah, all that convertible specific stuff is unique to it.
so hopefully somebody wants this.
Yeah. Alright. Well, go take a look in town then.
Yeah.
The panel truck's going on the
Yeah, that panel truck.
auction.
I think it's a 36 panel truck, and then it's on a 37 Ford pickup chassis.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a few Lincoln rear ends here with the 2-speed Columbias.
Wow.
I'll probably sell a few of them.
Never seen one of those.
Yeah, those are Lincoln, so they're a little wide. They're from Lincoln, so they're a little wider. I've got some other ones. I got some frames. There's a 40 tooth carcass back there. I'll probably sell 2 of these tankers. I got one sold, so I was going to keep one for yard art. I got this Model T truck here. I'm going to throw that tanker on, just to throw in my front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next to a gas barrel. This is an old coyote truck that put it on a 40 Ford chassis and just kind of drive around and shoot coyotes.
Yep.
That's what they did for entertainment, I think.
That's, yeah, I've seen later year 40s and 50s cars that they cut holes in the roof, but
I've got a 41 out there that and the sides drop down.
See, this old T-cab, you wouldn't have to cut anything, just let the doors fall off and the fabric come out of the roof and go out and get you a coyote.
I think they used to kind of call them what, those old telephone booth cabs, square. I think that's a 24, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got stuff like this I'll sell. Just convertible. This is a 56 convertible rear end well tub. I've got a couple over there, and I've got them 4-door parts cars and some 2-door parts cars. You know, all that stuff will go. If somebody wants to build a convertible that way, build it from scratch on their own.
Yeah.
Buy it cheap or buy it expensive. And I've always just kept good floors out of cars.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll put a picture of the auction flyer, and that way, if it's on the list, it's going.
Yeah.
So some of this is kind of not been sorted and organized yet because of the rain and stuff.
Like I got some pickup boxes there, and a couple of the, you know, I'm going to throw all that stuff out. Some extra frames. Oh, there's a bunch of rear ends here. 3940. You know, this is all gonna go. Just gotta get it all loaded and out. So
juice brake plates and
yeah,
all that
so
stuff.
Pick and choose, and if not, the scrap iron. You know, that's what 38 to 40, or 38, 39, 36 to 39, I guess. Back half of a 35 Ford.
Yep. That old gas tank's got the 3-digit phone number on it.
I always like finding them. To me, that's just a piece of history.
Yeah.
Same with those panel trucks. They always had a commercial purpose for something.
What does this one say? Bernard's popcorn?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Happy Days popcorn.
Happy Days popcorn.
Wow.
Bernard's. Call them at 8171. Yeah, there's somebody could take that 40 Ford Coupe, 39 Coupe, I think is what it is, and make an old roundabout racer. Or
sure.
Just find a set of doors and
have a dream in a welder.
Yep, that's exactly it. There's a 40 behind it that I saved just for the frame for that. And then there's a rebuilt motor, but that's been sitting out. But
I like these rebuilder tags.
Mustang something. I think Mustang rebuilder.
Yeah. Garland, Texas. Mustang Rebuilders, Garland, Texas.
That came from an old truck. A lot of times the old trucks had low miles on them. Even if it was a rebuilder, I guess. But, a lot of 35 to 48 frames. I think I got probably 3 or 4 piles of them.
Yeah. This other gas tank said something I was trying to read on there.
Oh, tax something, wasn't it?
Tax refund gas.
Somebody's yard art.
Yeah. One of those old timers had a statement to make and painted her up and stuck her in his yard.
Cab could go with, you know, if somebody wanted to build a bus.
Yeah, take the bus body and the truck and combine them into one.
Yeah.
That bus is neat.
You know, the guy, the scrap iron guy had that plumb full of all this. He was hauling it to Anderson's. I said,
Wow.
I'll buy it.
Hold on.
Drop it off. Yeah, that's pretty straight. You know, a lot of these.
That's even yellow.
Get rid of the old stuff.
Yeah. Wouldn't even have to paint it. You could use the
front clip for that.
Color all patinaed down. So, all right, yeah, I might. Is that a 235?
You know, I've never opened the hood.
It doesn't have the V8 badge, so presumably it is. Both these cabs are going?
Yeah, there's a 58 and there's a 60 with the chrome grille. You
Okay.
know, that bus, that 59 Chevy bus over there, you know, if a guy wanted a Ford school bus, you just use one of these front clips on that. I don't think it's a Wayne body, but it's a...
Mm-hmm. Pick your brand. If you're a Chevy guy, build a Chevy. If you're a Ford guy,
And there's a
grab one of these
nice
calves.
box, 52 to 56 probably, maybe older. And a
Wow,
Ford
that's-
8N, 9N bucket loader.
That box is pristine.
Yeah,
Wow.
got tailgate for it. Just odds and ends, needs cleaned up.
Yep. Off the hog farm and into somebody's collection. This one's a Nash, we're thinking?
Yeah, I think it's a 37 or 38 Nash.
Oh.
You know, I've got some extra doors too. You know, that other one has got some body panel issues, so a guy could take a lot of them doors. You can mold into a quarter panel real easily. It's got the same kind of shape. Got a couple old coupes. Either make them a stock car. This is actually on a 36 Nash chassis, I believe. But that body, I think, is a 37 or 8.
Alright, yeah. Take two and build one.
Yeah, this other one's a little rusty, but it's something I don't think I'm ever going to build. If I ever did a stock car out of something, I'll do it out of a 3940 Ford or a 35.6 Ford. Yeah, Siemens, I think Nash.
Okay.
I think body by Siemens or Nash. Nash or Lincoln? No, I think it's a Nash.
Yeah, Wisconsin makes you think. AMC Nash.
I don't even know what chassis is under there. That might be a Dodge.
Hmm.
Oh no, that body's. I think that's the right frame. I don't know anymore.
Doesn't look too far off.
Yeah, that's the right frame. I don't know. Front end flip. That was a trailer, I think.
Yeah, they welded the tongue on. A friend of mine told me, he's in his 80s now, but he told me back in the day there was a place, it was an old salvage, and he could get any of the 30s cars out of there for like $7.50 a piece.
That's awesome.
And they all, the kicker was that they all had the front hubs gone, and he didn't have a wrecker unit that he could move them with. He said if he had a wrecker unit, he could have picked them up. He could have put rear tires on them and towed any of them out there. And he said it was sick to see them all go away, and he could have got them for $7.50 a car, and then sat on them and had stuff that was worth $5 or $10 to sell decades later. But unfortunately, that's the way a lot of this stuff went. For every one of these you see here still around, there were rows and rows and stacks and piles that got hoisted up with the cranes and went away over the decades. They were just old cars at the time. Now they're collector's items. I appreciate the tour, and I'll put
Sorry about the weeds.
Oh.
Leaves a little bit of element of surprise, maybe.
I guess, yeah.
Now it's just getting everything out here with the soft ground in the next 14 days.
And you can see it's already drying up. Of course,
Yeah.
firm enough to walk on and firm enough to drive with the loader are two different things. But
Noticed the boards over there. I got stuck the other night in the moonlight, throwing boards at it.
okay, well, I'll post the flyer and everything, and people around near Hildreth, Nebraska, they can come and look and shop on auction day.